You know those clips on Disney where the stars say, "And you're watching Disney Channel," and then they draw the little ears in the corner? That's called a bumper. Bumpers and stingers are a fun way to transition from one clipper topic to another. Bumpers tend to be longer, usually 15 seconds or less, and stingers tend to be shorter, usually 5 seconds or less. You can check out how I created the stinger for this channel right after you watch the stinger. This is the process for how I animate things. I have nothing planned. I should have something planned because every good animation, every good project has something outlined. I don't. I just have the knowledge that I need to prep something. I'm about to, what am I gonna do? What do I wanna do? What do I wanna see? It's gonna be called Chau 2. Chau 2, a guide to filmmaking. All right, that's the text we'll use. Chau 2, a guide to filmmaking. So we're gonna change our font to our desired font, which is, I forget it until I see it. It's Graphy, I think. Yes, there we go. Okay. So just as a placeholder, we are going to keep that text there as our inspiration. That is gonna be the title. We're gonna make a solid for the background. What color do I want to use? Who knows? Let's see. What color is this? That's kind of a nice color. It's like a off seafoamy green kind of color. Medium gray cyan. Let's see how we like that. This, let's say for the text, I want that to be white now. Just for contrasting colors, layer style, I like a drop shadow. That's the way to go. I think right now I'm gonna work on Chau 2. Part of me wants to see it fade in and up. So we're gonna toggle this down. I'm gonna mute that for now. I'm gonna turn on my drop shadow. Animate. Tracking. Let's do some tracking. We'll add opacity so that it can look like it's typing. And to do that, you put a keyframe on your start and your end. Start you set at 100, end you set to 0. Opacity should be at 0. Then at the end of your desired space, bring your end to 100, and then it types on screen like that. If you want it to look like it's typing, then you go to advanced, you go to smoothness, and bring that down to 0, and then it just pops on. Boop, 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 boop. Yep, like that. Except I want mine to look smooth. Let's go to 85. Let's just go to 100. Then we're going to duplicate that because we're going to use the same animation. We'll just move this top layer down and then type in a guide to filmmaking. We'll separate these two lines just a little bit more. Make this font larger. Let's see. This is at font size 150. And I've separated my lines by 150 pixels. So now that's obviously going to be way too fast because there's way more characters there. Yep. So I'm going to slow that down. Guide to filmmaking. And now we can delete this because we have this here. U is your shortcut to expand and hide your tracks. So I just wanted to have some delay in between Chau 2 and a guide to filmmaking. Chau 2, a guide to filmmaking. Keeping it a little closer. I think that's fun. Maybe I should change this font to my other font, which is, I absolutely remember it. And I have it written down somewhere. Calgary script. Calgary. It's hard to read. Don't love that. Okay. Chau 2, a guide to filmmaking is what we're gonna do. what else do I want to see is the thing. Let's see, title, action, save. That's fine. Do I want it to look like a slate in the back? Do I want to put a script in the back? This is when you just go to Google and you look up like Film 101 images. Oh, well, Dalmatians makes sense. I don't want it to be like corny stuff. I like vector art, so we're gonna try to incorporate some of that into this. Oh, that could be fun. Okay, so here's the deal. I think we'll parent our text, oops, not that. We'll parent our text to our background. We'll do a motion blur. Because then, let me start this where it actually starts. I'm gonna move these two down so that, because it's really on social media, so I wanna see that flicking look. So let's just pretend really quickly that we're gonna make that happen. There we go. Just took a second to load. Okay, so let's see how that looks. It's kind of slow. I also would like to see some easy ease on this. Gonna make that, what is that, 5 frames long? Yeah. Now we want to see our other imagery come in. Let's go to my library, see what kind of icons I already have. Nope, not that stuff. I'm looking for a slate. Not like that either. Icon packs, arrows. Let's see. Oops. Is there anything camera related in here? Hobbies. Oh, the film is in the hobbies. Nice. There's a camera. Different kind of camera. There's a Game Boy. I can use this guy. I can use, well, that's also film. That's a reel. There's another video camera. So I just want you. Copy. I'll just have to create a new 300. Oops, 300 by 300. Create, paste. Right, and that's all of you guys. Stroke. I'll make you 5 at least. Then I can make a new group here called the top and the bottom. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for sure are in the top. And this is the bottom, right? Yep, bottom, top. So, okay, so the only thing I want to do now, we want to make sure that this looks correct. Just this part is gonna match the edge, because that's what a real slate looks like. Change my arrow now, it'll hinge like that. Yeah, we'll just import it the long way. Don't know why that was necessary. It was supposed to come in as 2 layers. Okay, so we'll just do it again. We'll make this fill white. Okay, now we're gonna do another layer. This fill we'll just put as like that, just to see for now. So this should actually, if you want it to look like a slate, this should be black. And then we'll put some of the slits in it, which is easy enough because we'll just do the pen tool. Do like this, and then move our points. Actually, we're gonna look up slate. So this is the colors that we're gonna go off of. Green, yellow, blue. We'll go green first. Green. These are not gonna be the right colors. I'm aware. It's fine. Duplicate you, call you yellow. Just move you over one. Now we're gonna change you to a yellow. Yellow, we're gonna go blue now. Blue, red, white. Blue. Now duplicate you, you're white. I'll make you an off-white though, so that it's not insane. Gray. This is a lighter gray. Gray, dark. One of those is a medium gray, but who knows? And now we can even move them a little farther. Uh-huh. So now let's see what it looks like. Let's get rid of this layer. That's fine. Okay, so now the top, we can pre-compose into slate top. The fun part of the animation is changing our anchor point right there so that when we go to rotate it, now it rotates from there. Actually, before I go too far, let's see how you look in here. Oh, okay, fine. Yeah, nice. Okay, let's go back to the slate, keep designing it. And now here is where we can put the fun text. I'll say Chau 2. We'll make this black font. Size that down a little bit so that we fit. Chau 2, I'll put down here. Let's add a line. So here's the dealio, is that the production title is called Chau 2. So this line will follow suit there. And then we'll have some other lines. Okay, so shape layer 2 we can duplicate. Now move that over here. Let's bring it into here. Yeah, it's cute. Because now if I rotate it, I'll have it fly up, clap, and then bring everything down. So now this, I'm going to pre-compose into slate bottom. I'm going to start my animation at 1 second because I just want to give it time to fly in and give myself space. So I'm just going to change the rotation. I have it where I want it to be in the beginning, so now, or at the end, so now in the beginning I can just do like that. Boom, like that. That's way too slow. But we also want to easy ease anyway. Still too slow. Yeah, that's better. I think, let's see what a motion blur looks like. Yeah, motion blur. So now, in here, so what I'll do is, because I know it starts at 1 second, I'm going to cut this down to 1 second. I'll place it where I want it to be. So let's say I want it to come up here. Again, we'll position. Position. Like that. Okay, so see, I already see that that's a little too early. So I'll extend that. Yeah. I can even have it come a little bit earlier so that it's a bit of a slower intro. Yeah. Easy ease again. We just love to easy ease in this house. Yeah. Yep. So what's another thing that I can put on here? Always a camera. Maybe I'll have the camera come in from the top. Like a lights, camera. That could be fun. Lights, camera, action. So I'll have light, camera, action. in the sense of the rule of thirds, I'd want it to be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, down. Okay, yeah. So instead of that then, we'll just move this to here. No, I like it where it was for now. Okay. Okay, so let's get a light in here. Let's do something like this. There's nothing wrong with tracing. Okay, so that's there, that's locked. Now we get to trace. Honestly, the fun part here is that I'm just truly tracing. Like, there's no part of this that I feel like is so detailed or needs to be so detailed that I have to get it exact, because it's gonna just pop in and pop right back out. The only thing that I want to do is make sure that it looks cohesive together. Yeah, that looks correct. Okay, so now let's go to making the barn doors. So now all these just need a little bit of adjustment, and then we can color them black. And then we're basically done, at least with the light itself. And then we can go on to animating it. So for all of this that we just did, we're gonna inch you down just a little bit so that we can put another rod up here. So that is gonna be something like this. Oh yeah, that's fun. So that's the fun part about this stage, is that once you get some of the visual elements in there, you can start to see the movement. So now, like with this, I want my light to come in, I want my slate to come in. And maybe, now I'm gonna have to decide which movement I want, because you don't want too much craziness happening. But, I mean, also maybe I move the slate to the opposite side so that there's some balance. You know? Because now, here comes the fun stuff, which is, so now there's my shave layer. Okay, don't mind that yet. We're gonna do no stroke, and then we're gonna change this to something like a yellowy white. And we're gonna move our position, or our mask points. I'm just gonna make my light match my bulb, although I don't have to. I can kind of keep it more gradual like this. We'll go to opacity, which is T, we'll say 25. Okay, so that helps us figure out where we want to put our points. Definitely not up here, definitely like in this area. This is fun. Okay, see, like that comes in, boop. I actually feel like this is kind of enough, in a sense. So if it goes to filmmaking, 1, 2, 3. So this is, gotta wait a little bit. 1, 2, 3. So that's when we want to cut. So that is, let's say that's 2, 12, 19. Let's go to 1, a little delayed. Let's move it back a little bit more. 1, 2. 1, 2. Still delayed. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so let's watch that all the way through. Not that one. Let's watch. Nope, not that either. Nope, not that either. Oh, yes it is. Oh, because I also didn't make an exit yet. Okay, I think everything is parented. Just these two need to be parented to the bottom. So that towards here, we can position back out. Oh, that's only 5 frames. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Position that out, and then we can. So that way we keep the same motion. Guide to filmmaking. 1, 2, up. Yeah. Yeah. I like that. Okay, so now let's export that. Lossless with alpha, because alpha is what holds your alpha channel. And we'll put this in renders. Chau 2 intro version 1, save that, and render it. So now, what we have to do is come into our project file. We are going to make a new folder called Graphic Effects, GFX for short. Bring in our intro. Actually, I'm lying. I want to do this in a new project. Chau 2 intro. We will create a sequence from clip. This is just a reference so that I know that my stuff is transparent. Now what we want to do is play with our sound effects. So that I want a swipe to happen. So what we'll do is we'll shop through our library. This is the part that takes the longest. Yeah, okay, that's clearly the one. In, out, drag your sound in. So you also almost want it to come in sooner. Duplicate that for the end. Ugh, how annoying. Okay, I'd have to redo that because we want to get rid of that cut. Okay, well, still doable. Okay, so let's get rid of that for now. Okay, so what we're doing here, just making this flush to the edge so that there is no extra space once we transition out of this move. Yeah, okay. So now we can export that again. Let me just delete this old one and render again. Lossless with alpha. Chau 1, yep, render. Look how fast it is. Bring you back in. Yeah, okay. I mean, I could do a typewriting sound. I'm not mad at that. Let's see, I know I have that sound somewhere. Let's see. Kind of just grab anywhere in a typewriter. Although I feel like that's not correct. That's kind of okay. Okay, now we want another slide in. These can be more like that. Need a light switch. could sound like a light turning on. Just this part. Make it a little earlier. Make it in between. Okay, now I just need a slate sound. Okie dokie, time to download that from the internet. Oh, maybe it's here. Let's see, YouTube Studio. Sound effects. Slate. No, I'll just go back to YouTube. Slate sound. Sure, that's enough. YouTube MP3 converter. Sound effects. Just organize myself a little bit. Yeah. Okay, let's play that through. Yeah. Slate's got to come down a little bit. Yeah, that's fun. Okay, so, well, that's how you do it. And then you want to export it. So to do that, you want to do I believe it's QuickTime, to go to GoPro. GoPro Cineform Alpha, okay. Intro sound. So now we'll put this in graphic effects and we'll put this in. We'll save that, we'll export that. Now we will go back into our other project. And now let's see if we can add this in the way that we want it to. Let's put in our stinger. We'll move everything except for the sound. Let's put this guy here. Sound has to go down one more layer now so that this can come in. And that looks about correct. Yeah. So I'm gonna mark here as our first place with, and then this is when we start moving. Oh, how fun. Okay, so now that we're here, this is the point of this, is to give you a little musical interlude. And now all this stuff can come back.
We're working with 3.
This could even come in a little earlier. All right, so here we go.
We're working.
And that's the process. That was an hour and 20 minutes from start to finish of making a stinger for this series. How fun. I like it. I think it's fun. I think it's a good color scheme. I like how the light plays with it, and I like the pacing of it. And that's what matters. Okay, cut.